There was a couple occasions where I was trying to make Andy laugh, and then I saw it was on the show. And I was like, oh, cool, they used that.
Number 10, cool, 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 cool.
Cool, 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 cool. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Melissa Fumero, who plays Amy Santiago, shared the origins of Jake's notable catchphrase on Twitter. The actor used to say it between takes to make his castmates laugh before it was written into the show. This isn't the only part of Andy Samberg reflected in his character either.
Okay, cool, no doubt.
Both Andy and Jake are huge Die Hard fans, and the police theme is ideal for living out their John McClane-inspired fantasies.
Charles, this is the floor that John McClane ran on with his bare feet. Take my picture with it!
In fact, the cast still hopes that Bruce Willis might make a cameo before the series finale.
Who would you like to see on the show that hasn't appeared yet?
Yeah. Well, the number one get is Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
We should start a public campaign.
Social media has worked wonders for this show before. Perhaps it can pull it off again. Number 9, the bidding war that got the show on air.
I'm not becoming like them. I am them.
Hey, what are you doing, weirdo?
Michael Schur and Dan Gore initially pitched their show to the 4 major networks without a script. Clearly, their idea was strong enough that all 4 wanted it, and a bidding war ensued.
So let's start the bidding at $10. Okay, started way too low.
Ultimately, Fox won and aired the show for 5 seasons before controversially canceling it.
I have 85. Do I have 90? I have 90 from the man with the face at table 4.
This is terrible. You don't know what you're doing.
Fan outrage was amplified by famous voices, including Lin-Manuel Miranda, Mark Hamill, Seth Meyers, Sean Astin, and Guillermo del Toro. A mere 31 hours after the cancellation news broke, NBC became the 9-9's new home. Clearly, a lot of people knew just how special this show was from the networks to its devoted fan base.
Attention squad, I just got off the phone with One Police Plaza. The hearing is over, and here's where we stand vis-a-vis the precinct being shut down. The precinct will not be shut down.
Number 8. The role of Terry Jeffords was written for Terry Crews.
They were like, wait a minute, you know what, Terry? This role, we want to add you to the show so much that we're going to call the name of the character is you.
The show's creators wrote the role of Sergeant Jeffords specifically for the former NFL player turned actor. They even convinced him to take the role by pointing out how sucky it would be if another actor played a character named after him. We also see elements of Crews in the character, from a nod to his former football days to his talents as an artist.
Sarge, that painting is tight.
It's terrible. The brushwork is sloppy, it's poor use of negative space. I'm a fraud. Not at all. I'd like to take this home for my husband.
Sadly, the racial profiling episode was also based on something that happened to the actor in a hotel the day before his Senate testimony.
What's going on, buddy?
Oh, hey.
Oh, don't move.
Oh, I was just...
Step back, keep your hands where I can see them. Drop that.
Crews realized this was a role he couldn't pass on, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
If you don't do what you're supposed to do in your life, the world is going to miss what you have.
Number 7, the Parks and Rec crossovers.
Is it hot in here? I feel hot. Are you guys hot? How you guys doing? I'm good. You guys got any snacks?
Like the networks, the cast also wasn't presented with a script when they were first told about the show. However, they knew that the Parks and Recreation creators were at the helm, and that was enough to get them on board.
I really wanted to do a comedy, and I kept telling my agency something like Parks and Rec, something like Parks and Rec. I want something like Parks and Rec.
Additionally, for the more eager fans among us, there are a few other crossovers to look out for too. For instance, Michael Hitchcock and Norm Scully are named after Norm Hiscock and Mike Scully, who both served as consulting producers and writers on the earlier sitcom. If you're particularly eagle-eyed, then you might have even noticed that some of Pawnee's props have been repurposed too. Number 6, that time Jake and Rosa went to a real jail. At the end of season 4, Jake and Rosa are framed for a bank robbery and arrested. The season ends on a major cliffhanger as the pair's verdict is revealed.
Guilty on all charges.
Oh, guilty. Very cool. Cool.
So when we returned for season 5, the first few episodes showed the duo behind bars. During an interview with Jimmy Kimmel, Sandberg revealed that they shot in a real abandoned jail about an hour outside of LA.
The only way I can describe it is it's like where all the cop stuff is.
Apparently, these days it's used as a cop warehouse and a realistic setting for prison scenes to be filmed. While an abandoned prison sounds super creepy, we guess it gave the show an authentic edge.
What hurts the most is knowing that prisoners are treated this way every day in our penal system. Also, he kicked me in the wiener a bunch.
Number 5, the actors who also directed. As they entered their 6th year, some of the cast decided to try their hand at directing too. Joe Latrulio, who directed The Bimbo, already had some prior experience.
Guys, horrible news. The fridge broke this morning. Everything's warm.
However, season 6 marked directorial debuts for Stephanie Beatriz and Melissa Fumero.
I'm just saying, remember that there's a very real woman here whose career and life are going to be affected by you pursuing this case.
Beatriz directed the Me Too episode, He Said, She Said, while Fumero was at the helm for Return of the King.
Oh, I could help you.
They divulged how nerve-wracking it was to even ask for an opportunity to step behind the camera, especially as Latina women. Still, all three prove just how well they know the show, and their castmates. They perfectly encapsulate everything we love about the 9-9. Number 4, Stephanie Beatriz auditioned for Amy Santiago.
Around November, I got an audition for actually the part of Amy Santiago, because in the script she was Latina. She is Latina.
Sometimes a show is so perfectly cast that you simply can't picture it any other way. But did you know that Stephanie Beatriz originally auditioned to play Amy Santiago, while Chelsea Peretti first read for Rosa Diaz? Ultimately though, Beatriz felt that her audition didn't go so well. She also felt a stronger connection with the character Megan, who later became the Rosa we know and love today.
And Megan was what Rosa turned into. Tough, smart, scary as hell. I had an audition for her. I really loved the character. I wore all black. I wore my black leather jacket. I wore my black boots.
Meanwhile, the role of Gina Linetti was specifically written for Peretti.
I feel like I'm the Paris of people.
And we couldn't imagine a better fit for Amy than Melissa Fumero.
Stay down! Damn, Sarge.
Maybe I do like the sash.
There's no denying that all the right calls were made in the end.
For ourselves and for all of womankind.
Ugh, that sounds terrible, but I'm in.
Number 3, who wins the Halloween Heists?
Remember that little Halloween bet that we made? You probably don't even remember, it was so early this morning. Any hoozle.
The Halloween Heist is one of the best running gags of the series, and a firm favorite among the fans. In season 1, it began as a small rivalry between Jake and Captain Holt.
Attention, everyone! Jake Peralta is an amazing detective/genius.
But over the years, the heists have grown more elaborate, with more members of the 9-9 battling for glory.
Are you Al, the janitor?
Nope. I'm your worst nightmare. Amy Santiago.
Oh, no.
But it's not just the audience who are kept on tenterhooks each year. Apparently, the cast is also kept in the dark over who will win each time until the last minute.
Sup, losers? I have the real plaque.
It just goes to show how iconic these episodes are for the cast as well as the audience.
This is incredible. How'd you do it, Rosa?
Well, back on Halloween, I knew Jake would make the first move, and I had to be ready.
Number 2, the cast underwent real police training.
This whole training simulation is make-believe. We shoot paint at fake bad guys. It's called acting. Tell me how I'm any different than George Clooney.
Even though this is a comedy series about cops, the creators still wanted it to be authentic. So they sent the cast to a boot camp where they were given actual firearm training by the Glendale Police Department.
Hey, Ronnie. They upgraded you from bystander to perp. That's great, man.
Thank you.
I'm gonna blow your brains out.
Andre Brower, who plays Captain Holt, told Flair that it was important to play believable cops to support the show's comic foundations. They wanted the audience to believe that they were goofball cops rather than comedians who decided to put on police uniforms. And if you ask us, they nailed it.
We're fighting back, you terrorist crap sack.
Also, thank you for including us in this event.
Still, we're pretty sure that their formal training didn't involve any maneuvers called upsy-downsies. That one's on them.
You went upsy downsies? That's what I call it because you hold the gun upside down.
Yes, Scully, I went upsy downsies, and none of you will ever speak of it ever again.
Number 1. The cast who improv together stay together for 8 seasons.
Look, I like being friends with you, but you have to stop bringing that up.
But we're friends.
Perhaps one of the greatest secrets to Brooklyn Nine-Nine's success is the cast's ability to improvise.
And I improvised that one time just because I knew he would laugh. And then they were like, yeah, do it again.
As Brower shared with Collider, they would film their scripted material 5 or 6 times before embarking on what he called fun runs.
Santiago, you will tell us, and you will tell us now.
There was a problem at the bank.
Hot damn!
This is where improv was highly encouraged, and whatever got the biggest laugh made the final cut.
Went to college with her grandson, Marvin. Don't knock it till you try. She had a replacement hit with some serious torque.
Whether they stick to the script or think on their feet, the cast and creative team had us hooked for 8 seasons, thanks to their unique and compelling humor. It was certainly a fun ride for us all, with plenty of jokes that were noise and moments that were toy.
And the judges give it a score of...
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.